What's going on, guys? Lone Driver Mike again, bringing you guys another video. Guys, how's it going? Today, we're going to talk about an order I did last night. Well, I didn't complete it, so let me tell you. So, this was a Grubhub order, right? I do Grubhub, Caviar, Uber Eats. So, those are the three that I run. Then I have an app called WAG. It's where you get paid to walk dogs, but I don't really like that one too much. I guess I'll have it as a backup just in case, food delivery's slow or something. But anyways, I got an order last night. Payout was 23 bucks. So to pick up and drop off was only probably like 3 or 4 miles. That's the max. And it was a $23 payout. So the tip was like $20, and then Grubhub usually pays like, 3 to 4 bucks because I'm downtown. I don't go that far. The base pays like $3 and it's like 50 cents a mile, so it's not that much. You're getting like I said, 3 to 4 bucks because the drop off is not that far away. So anyways, it's a old spaghetti factory, so it's pasta. And the only time people tip pretty decent size is a big order. It's a decent size order, and it said about 8 items. One was a drink. There was like 4 pastas. The pastas can cost anywhere from $15 to $20, depending on what you get. And then there was like 3 sides of appetizer. And the appetizers can cost you like $10 too. So I'm just guessing it's probably it was worth probably at least $100, at least $100 or higher. And it was going to a hotel. So anyways, I get that around, when was it? Like around 9ish? A little bit before 9 because I had to go pick it up and drop it off right around 9 o'clock. So I probably received it around like 8 something, between 8 to 8:30, probably around 8:15. So, it's, and you can get good orders anytime. I mean, throughout the whole day pretty much, but usually the peak times is like 5 to 9. So, you can get pretty decent orders during that time, and you can get some good tips on Grubhub. So, it's worth it to me. 23 bucks for like, 2, 3, maybe 4 miles at most. It wasn't that far away. So I accepted it. I went to the restaurant. I had to wait a little bit. It's a bigger order, so I understand. So I'm just waiting, this and that, I went to use the bathroom, wash my face, my hands, clean myself, everything. I always wash my hands just because I'm delivering food, I'm dealing with people, I'm, in and out of my car, touching the steering wheel, touching the bags. And it's like your fingers get dirty, your hands get dirty, your face gets dirty, so I always, use the restroom and wash my face and hands really good. I even wash my arms too. So I'm very clean, thorough, sanitary. If there's sanitary, I use that for my hands. So anyways, so it's ready to go. Old Spaghetti Factory, they have you verify everything, so it's fine. So she went over the order with me, said, oh, this is your salad, your pasta, your garlic bread with bacon, so they went over the order. It smelled really good, and so signed it, took off, marked that I was on the way to the customer's house or the hotel, and the customers, they can track you on the app. So every time we pick up the order, it doesn't matter with what app. Once we pick up the order, the customer gets notified that we're on the way to drop it off. So there's no excuses like, when you place the order, it's like you can track the order the whole time, us going to the restaurant, picking up, and then dropping off, on the way. So they get notified every step of the way. Like once the restaurant gets the order, and once we pick it up, once we're on the way, and then even when we're like almost to the house, like, oh, your driver's here, your driver's approaching, your driver's here with your food, blah blah blah, meet your driver outside, or he's here now. So I mean, these people get notified, so I don't know why it's like someone places an order, and then they're not by their phone, or they're not. But anyways, I get there, I get to the hotel, and I realize there's no apartment number, or there's no room number. So I text them that I arrived, this and that. I call them a couple times. I text them that I arrived. I go into the lobby, kind of looking around. And you see, you can't assume anything either. Because if you give the order to the wrong person, Grubhub calls you, or DoorDash calls you, or Postmates, or Caviar, Uber Eats, they call you, say, hey man, you gave to the wrong customer, blah, blah, blah. You get a bad rating, and it looks bad on you. So you don't want to be doing that. So I'm not going to be looking around like, oh, who do I give it to? I'm not going to do that. I have to verify the name. And I've done that in the past where, like, I had an Uber Eats, and it was like at a hotel, and the guy walked up to me, and I don't know who he is. I said, hey, how are you? He said, you have my order, right? I said, yes, can I get your name? And he was all upset about it. And I'm like, dude, I got to verify. And I explained it. I'm like, I got to verify because people steal people's orders and blah, blah, blah. And, there could have been another guy waiting for another delivery driver with a different order or whatever. And he's like, oh, okay, I understand. So if I ask for your name or something, don't get mad, because all I'm doing is I'm doing my job, and I want to make sure I give the order to the right customer, and that's it. And anyways, that customer's first mistake was not even providing me with the proper room number. They're at a hotel. There's like, how many rooms? Like 100 rooms or 200 rooms or whatever. So you have to give me your proper room number, or I'm not going to be able to deliver your food. I mean, plain and simple. Like, if you respond to my text message, or you call me back, or you pick up your phone, then the problem gets resolved right there. There's no problems. So anyways, I'm calling him up, texting him, say, hey, I'm here now, let me know. I said, I need your room number, this and that. No response, no text message. I left a voicemail, I called him up. So I did everything I was supposed to do. I started the timer. With Grubhub now, they used to not have a timer before. Now there's a timer. You could start the timer, and that goes about 8 minutes. So once you wait about 8 minutes, you are allowed to cancel. Well, it's not cancel, but you're allowed to mark it as delivered, and you're allowed to continue. So, I'm like doing everything, start the timer, 8 minutes go by. Then, I'm still, I go to the front desk, this and that. They're asking for the last name. I don't have the last name. They're like, what's the room number? What's the last name? What's the first and last name? In Grubhub, they don't give us the first and last name. They only give us the first name. So they're like, we can't verify and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to, it's like, oh, there's a person with this name, but the first name, but there's 3 of them. And it's like, yeah, I'm not about to give it to the wrong person. And you know what I'm saying? You have to verify first name, last name, room number, everything. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm not going to give to the wrong guy. And that's just, that's just procedure. We're not supposed to, we have to make sure we are delivering to the customer, So I said, no, it's fine. I'll call them up again and this and that. And sometimes it's the front desk ordering. So I'll be like, oh, did you guys order? Sometimes it's just the workers, people that work there at the front desk. Maybe they order deliveries. Sometimes they order delivery too, but rarely, not hardly. So they're like, no one ordered, blah, blah, blah. So after I called them, text them, tried to find the customer the best I could, called, text, started the timer, and the timer ran out. So I look on the time, and there's no button that says mark as, it doesn't say like, okay, mark that you couldn't find the customer. It just says deliver, like delivered button. But I'm like, I didn't deliver it, so I didn't want to mess up. So I even called Grubhub to verify. And she's like, no, we have here on our end that you called at 9:04. I mean, she had every detail so they keep track of everything. So I'm like, oh, that's good. And I'm like, I just want to make sure that I'm doing this correctly, because this is a new update that you guys are doing the timer. But when I went back to the app, the timer's gone, and then there's nothing that so basically you just click, once you wait the 8 minutes, you click the delivered button, and then that's all you do. So that's how it goes. But I didn't know, so I called them up. They said it's fine, blah, blah, blah. He said, we'll make a note on this end that they didn't pick up the phone, they didn't call, or they didn't text you back, they didn't, and she's like, so what happened? So I just was like, well, anyways, there was no apartment number, there's no room number. So they said, okay, that's fine. So anyways, that was done with, took off. They said, keep the food, and then we still pay you. So I got the $23 plus the food. So I make my way back downtown to my hot zone. I'm sitting there for a while. It's kind of slow. And then I get a call from Grubhub, 3 phone calls. the first time was they called, they hung up, called, hung up. And I was like, okay, it's probably for this order. Then they called again. I picked up the phone. It was some guy. He claimed he was from Grubhub, and he was, because I have the Grubhub number saved in my phone. And usually, if it's a Chicago number, so their station, their headquarters is in Chicago. So their call center and their main building is in Chicago. So if you get a call from a 312 number, that's Chicago, or if it says Chicago area code, most likely that's Grubhub, because that's where they're at. So you pick it up, and then he's like, yeah, so I'm just verifying this order. You didn't deliver it, this and that. Customer just called, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, well, I called him. I'm like, I waited the 8 minutes, and I even told him, I'm like, I actually waited like more than that, like 15 minutes. So I waited like double the time I was supposed to wait. He's like, we understand, but the customer just called. I said, okay. And then I said, why don't you just give me the room number, call me back and get me the room number? And he's just like, well, the customer said he'll just meet you outside. I said, okay, that's fine, whatever. I mean, and he's like, normally in this situation, we wouldn't have called you. We would have just refunded the customer. But since this is a big order, like, we need you to re-deliver it, please, and this and that. And I started complaining a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I don't mind, but I got to go back. I'm in a different area now, and, if you guys pay me extra or something, or I don't know. And then he just interrupted me, and he was just like, okay, can you deliver it, please? How long till you get there? I said, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Like I said, I'm back in my zone. I have to go back over there. So basically, they didn't give me the room number. And second of all, they could have gave the guy my number. Why didn't the customer call me directly? Like, I don't understand that. Like, I called him, I texted him, I waited 15 minutes, and then I marked it as delivered because that's what Grubhub told me to do. So I get there, and I'm looking around, and I don't know who I'm even supposed to give it to. There are different people standing around, and they're looking at their phone. Then I see a Uber pulled up. Those people get in. So I'm like, okay, there's some people like waiting for Ubers or Lyfts, and there's some other people just like, smoking cigarettes. And so I'm just like, there's different people outside. It's Friday night. I'm like, who am I supposed to look for? I don't know. Like, what? They didn't tell what kind of shirt he was wearing. So I'm looking around, and I get out of my car, and I'm looking around. I have the bag in my hand, looking around. No one's like flagging me down or nothing. So I'm like, get back in my car, go behind the hotel. I'm looking around, looking for a guy, go around this area, go in between. I'm looking around all over the place, and I'm trying to find that guy. Go back into the lobby. I don't see nobody, And I'm just like, are you kidding me? So I call Grubhub again, and it's a lady this time. So the first time was a lady. The second time was a guy that called me, told me to re-deliver it. And the third time I called them to say, hey, the customer's not out yet. And she's like, this issue has already been resolved, Michael. Blah, blah, blah. You don't have to re-deliver it. Like, why are you back at the hotel? I said, you guys called me. She's like, who called you? Was it you or was it the customer, or was it Grubhub? I said, Grubhub. You guys called me. And then I'm like, yeah, someone from Grubhub. It was a gentleman. And she's like, do you know his name? I said, no, I forgot. So she's just like, once you wait the 8 minutes, she's like, it doesn't matter. And then I told her, I'm like, well, the guy said it was a big order and something about you can't refund the money. She's like, no, we can refund the money. Like, there's, it's a big order. Of course, we want you to deliver it. But in this circumstance, we noted here that the customer did not respond to your calls or your text messages. And also we see here that he didn't provide a hotel room number, so that's his fault. It's the customer's fault. You waited, you said more than 8 minutes. We have here you waited, the 8 minutes, but you said you waited more than the 8 minutes, because you arrived at this time and then you left at this time. So, we believe you. We have all the records here that you did the right thing. I said, I understand, but the guy, when he called me, he said, customer called, and he wanted his food delivered. And then she's like, well, I have in the notes here that he canceled the order. I said, then why did that guy tell me to re-deliver the food? And she's just like, she put me on hold, and then she had to verify something, and then she's just like, it's okay, Michael. It's been canceled. Don't worry about it. And it's just like upsetting to me because they told me, Grubhub called me and was like, oh, you need to re-deliver it and all this stuff. They didn't offer me no extra money to go back to the restaurant. All he claimed was the customer called us and he wants his food, and that, you know, and it's just a big order, that's why you need to re-deliver it. And it's just like, okay, fine, whatever, that's fine. Customer tipped me like over $20. I mean, I can understand where Grubhub's coming from. So I tried to re-deliver it, and then when I called customer support again, she's like, no, you're not obligated. She told me, she's like, you're not obligated to re-deliver the food. Like, it's already done. It's been canceled already. I said, so why did that guy, you know what I'm saying? So she said maybe he got misinformation, or maybe he's new, or she just said he told you the wrong information. It's been canceled already. And I'm like, if you guys call the customer right now, because I'm like, I'm already at the hotel again. I had to drive all the way back. And she just kept apologizing. I said, no, it's fine. It's okay. It's totally okay. The pay's worth it. It's all right. It's slow right now anyways. I don't care. But anyways, do you want me to deliver this food? Just call the customer right now. Get the room number. And then she just was like, no, Michael, it's fine. It was canceled. You got the wrong information, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, seriously? So anyways, that was just a big mess. But yeah, I wish I would have got that Grubhub guy's name. And they're all in Chicago. It's a Chicago area code, so they all work in the same building. And yeah, like I said, I wish I would have got his number, or I would have got his name, because she was asking for it. It's like, do you know his name and who called you? She's like, maybe it was a manager, but you know, we typically try not to refund customers like, you know, a large amount. We understand that, but protocol says you wait the 8 minutes, you call and text, they don't respond, you're allowed to mark it as delivered and continue, and we have all the records on our computer system that you did everything right. I said, okay, I'm just letting you guys know. She's like, no, Michael, you did everything right, everything's fine. So anyways, long story short, customer never called, at least didn't call me. They said they called her, you know, and she's just like, no, it was canceled. And it's like, it's just so stupid. When I call you guys or text you, it's like, you should already give me your, the first mistake was the customer didn't provide their room number. Like, I understand if you're a private person, and I mean, it was a big order, so there must have been a lot of people in that room, at least 4 or 5 people, because it was like 4 pastas, 4 different types of pastas, 3 appetizers, and then a drink. So I'm just like, it had to have been at least 4 people or 5 people that were sharing that in one room. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes no sense. They don't call me. They don't pick up their phone. It just makes, it's kind of weird, you know? It feels like I was set up or something, or it was a fake order, and it's so weird. But anyways, Grubhub said, don't worry about it. We'll fix this. We'll put it in the notes. So anyway, she said, don't worry, you'll get your $23, plus you can keep the food. And then she said, if you want extra compensation for going back to the restaurant, you have to call driver care and blah, blah, blah. And they might be willing to, you know, pay you extra for that. But I'm just like, it's fine. You know, $23 is fine. It just sucks that I was given the wrong information. Or she said maybe the guy lied to you and blah, blah, blah. And she's basically just like, the order was canceled already. So like, it's done. Like, you don't have to go back. So anyways, that was just a disaster. But I did everything right. And basically I got $23 and $100 worth of good Italian food. Like, that was good food. Like, I wanted to deliver it. Like, don't get me wrong. But I'm not going to wait like a whole hour trying to call you nonstop. Like, I'm going to call you a few times. I'm going to text you a few times. I'm going to leave you some voicemails. I'll even call Grubhub to verify. And then if you don't show up within 8 minutes, I actually waited 15 minutes. So I waited more than the time that I was supposed to. And if you don't show up, I'm going to cancel your order. I'm going to continue with my next delivery, because I ended up getting another delivery after that. You know, so I'm telling you guys, especially if you're at like hotels or motels or wherever, apartment numbers, you guys have to provide your information. I don't care if you're a private guy or say, please meet me in the lobby or whatever. You know, so if you order food, please give me the correct information, or at least have your phone by your side. And if you're getting a phone call and you're getting text messages, you got to respond to that. Because if you don't respond within 10 minutes, your order is going to be canceled, you know. So, and like I said, Grubhub said I did everything right. You know, everything was fine. So yeah, next time you guys just remember to provide your hotel number, your room number, your apartment number. Give me enough information to deliver your food, because believe me, like, that was a lot of food. I'm not going to eat all that food. So I ate some, I gave some to my roommates and stuff like that, and that's it. You know, I mean, that's all I can do. And I'm glad I still got paid for that, because that took a while to figure out, you know, that customer canceled, and, you know, then I had to go back because the other guy said I had to re-deliver it, but he must have lied or something, or he got the wrong information. But yeah, but guys, just remember, you know, if you're delivering food, text a customer, call them up, and, you know, try to get that room number. But for the customers, you guys got to give us that information. If not, we won't be able to deliver your food. And to be honest with you, that's your own fault. Like, I'm sorry, I apologize. If you don't give us the correct information, at least pick up your phone, or at least return my text messages, because I'm trying to do my job, right? But I'm not going to wait an hour for you. I'm going to wait the 8 minutes, or, you know, maybe 15 minutes for you to respond. And then if you don't respond, I'm going to cancel. I gotta go. I got other orders to do. So anyways, guys, hope this was a entertaining video, fun and educational video. But yeah, from now on, please try to remember that, guys, because this is frustrating, man. It's not, you know, I'm glad I got paid, I got free food, it's all good. But at the same time, it's like, I'd rather just deliver your food and, you know, not have any issues, because that's ridiculous. Like, I shouldn't have to go through that kind of crap. But yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for watching my video. Please like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, guys, that's it. That's all I've got to say. Hope you guys have a good day. And peace out. See ya.